Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. And welcome to episode number 10 in my comp prep series. This is the final episode on my road to the WBFF Worlds 2019, and today's video is going to be just a wrap up of my whole comp prep and show day. Now in today's video, I wanted to really go over what my thoughts and my feelings were on show day, a little bit of an insight into show day itself, and I'm also going to answer some of the frequently asked questions that I have been getting all over my social media since show day. So I have written some of them down, but I will get to them at the end of this video. So I wanted to start off the video by talking about show day. And I know that I went into quite a lot of detail in the previous video all about peak week. So peak week is essentially the week leading up into show day. So if you watched my previous video, you will get a really good insight into all of my peak week protocols when it comes to nutrition and when it comes to my training. Now, nutrition, we talked about things like carb loading, water loading, artificial sweeteners, and in terms of training, what exactly my training volume intensity looked like in the week leading up to the show day. So if you haven't already watched this peak week vlog, make sure that you do. Now, show day, where can I start? So for those who don't know and haven't been following along, I recently competed in the WBFF Worlds Bahamas show. So I am now 2 weeks post-comp. Now, show day, what an experience. It was such a cool vibe, just being there in the Bahamas. The show is split into two. So the WBFF runs a morning show, which is kind of like a preliminary. It's a judging, where most of the judging is done in the morning show. And then there is also an evening show. In the morning, we just wear our bikinis out on stage, and we just have that one round where we do our individual walk. And then we also have the comparison rounds, and the call outs are done. Then in the evening show, we do our walk again, individual walk, comparison round, and there is also our evening wear round, which is really fun. So the show day starts off very early. I think I had booked in to get my hair and makeup done at around 6 o'clock. So I was up around 5, having a coffee and just getting myself ready for the day and getting in a really good headspace. So I went to hair and makeup, got that done, went back to my room, just chilled out, had my first meal. On show day, I tend not to eat too much. I think it's like the adrenaline as well. You think, oh my God, you must be super hungry all day. But to be honest, there's just so much going on. I barely even feel like you need to eat a lot. So that morning I just had some rice cakes and some chicken breast, which I had made up in the room. And then after hair and makeup, I had that. Got everything sorted and headed to the show for around, I think we started around 10 o'clock. So I had to be there at like, 9, 10. I think bikini category was last up in the morning. So backstage, we all just chilled, took photos, and I guess just sat around with our feet up waiting to hit the stage. I'm gonna put up some footage of me up on the stage next. So enjoy watching this little sneak peek from the show. So then after the morning show, we just head back to the room. The actual show itself is at the hotel. So there was a convention center joined to where we were staying. So we just was like a 5-minute walk back to the hotel room. And in between the shows, I honestly just laid in bed, went on my phone, looked at all the photos, and also ate something else small. What did I have? I had some chicken and rice cakes, and I was having a few of those, which I also had before I went on stage, those Haribo gummy bears, just for some really fast-acting, simple sugars, fast-acting carbohydrate, and what else did I have? I was eating some pretzels as well, which just have a little bit of sodium, so I just wanted to really, I guess, keep that full look about my muscle, and that's why like the carbs and the sodium come into play. So for those who don't know, I did come third at the show, and last year I actually won. So I was crowned the WBFF Bikini World Champion. So this year I came third, which to me is still such a freaking incredible achievement, and I am super happy with that. I stepped on stage with the best of the best, the most amazing girls from all over the world, and so many of them are my friends too. So it's just a really fun and positive thing to be a part of. Now, I've been asked a lot if I feel disappointed in that I came third. And I think it is only natural that you do feel a little bit of disappointment, especially since I won last year. So you go into the show with a little bit higher expectation than what previously I would have in the past. But in saying that, I go into all of my shows just wanting to improve on myself and be the absolute best version of me that I can be, and to step on stage and be just so proud of everything that I had done in the lead up to the show. And this year, I honestly can say that I felt like I got in the best shape that I have ever been in, and I got in the best shape of my life. Last year, between the two shows, someone put up a comparison photo here. So this is 2018, this is me last year, to 2019 this year on comp day. So I really, over this past year, worked hard on bringing up my areas which I felt were a weakness. So for me, this has always been lower body. I do have quite a jacked upper body. I don't need to work hard on my upper body for the definition that I have. And to be honest, I don't need any more muscle for bikini. I do, however, need to work on bringing up my lower body because genetically it just doesn't grow as quick or as well as my upper body. So between the two shows, I really focused on fine-tuning my lower body, in particular my quads, my glutes, and I also really worked on my core for this show because my abs are also something that I feel is a weakness for me. But as you can see here, this is especially for the lower body comparison, I feel like I really did improve on those weak areas, and I'm super happy with the overall package that I did bring to the stage for the Worlds this year. I am quite a more muscly, athletic, lean bikini body type, but I do think that I've been getting asked so much, was I consider doing fitness? Should I have competed in fitness? But to be honest, my physique in terms of the top fitness girls like Hattie and Steph, I am nowhere in their league. They are absolutely incredible, and this is years and years and years of hard work and dedication to building that type of muscle mass and that conditioning, and they are honestly next level. I love their physiques, but I think comparatively I would never have done well in fitness deeper. So yeah, as a whole, I am super happy and I'm very, very proud of myself. I had such an enjoyable prep, a really good prep with Mark, again, who also prepped me last show. And I think that every single year has just gotten better and better in terms of my prep. I know what to expect as each week ticks on by. I am familiar with the feelings of being hungry, of being tired. I know what is coming when it comes to comp prep. So I think that I just am able to manage it a little bit better the more shows I've done, the more preps I've done. This year you would have seen, so I do a flexible dieting approach. So I never really felt like I was depriving myself of anything. Yes, I get hungry, but the fact that I was still including a lot of foods that I really enjoy in my diet really keeps you a lot more sane. I was still able to be social, go out, and I would just enter my foods in my fitness pal. And so I think that really helps a lot with your relationship with food and also your mindset as well. You don't feel like you are suffering during prep. And I know so many girls out there absolutely kill themselves to get into condition for a show. And I'm not saying everyone out there has to do flexible dieting, but just personally, it really helped with me, and I guess just making the whole experience really enjoyable. And in terms of my training, you guys know I absolutely love lifting. It is a part of what I do. I don't just view my comp prep as like, I think I did like a 10-week prep for this one. I don't just view it as a 10-week prep. This is my lifestyle, and I think that's why it is quite enjoyable to me. It's really just setting a quite hard and fast goal for what I already do. So yes, you might have to tighten up your diet a little bit. Yes, you might have to force out those sessions and those extra cardio sessions when you don't really feel like doing it. But I think that if it is a lifestyle approach that you're adopting, if comp prep and normal life isn't too far away from each other, then you're going to really have a whole lot better experience. And not only during the prep, but also coming out of your show as well. My next video I'm going to do will be a post-comp video, and it's going to be all about the diet after the diet. So how I am reverse dieting out of this show. For those of you who have seen on my social media, I've already kind of alluded to the struggles that I have had post-comp. So I will do a dedicated video on this because I think it's a really important topic that needs to be spoken about on here, especially for those girls who are competing, who are new to the sport. Post-comp at times is often harder than the actual comp prep itself. So I did want to do a dedicated video to that one. But now I think we will get to the Q&A questions that I put up a little poll on my Instagram, and I think that this will cover off quite a few questions that you had for me. Question number 1 was, what did I eat on show day? So what did I have on show day? So I drank coffee, I had chicken breast, rice cakes with honey on them. I had those in the morning, but I also had them before I went on stage as well. I had the Haribo gummy bears. What else did I have? We had like another chicken meal again, a little bit of rice. That's pretty much it. As I said, over the course of the day, you have that real adrenaline rush and you're not so much focused around food. The foods that I ate pretzels as well, just for some salty food. The food that you're eating does serve a purpose in that you're having like fast acting carbs, just to hope that it's gonna kind of fill out your muscles a little bit with the with the glycogen. So the foods were strategic in that sense. Next question, what did I eat after my show that night? So the show finished so damn late. Like, it was past midnight by the time that we got out of the venue, and a lot of the places around had closed. We were staying at the Bahamas, so at the hotel, you had to basically just eat what was at the hotel. We didn't really leave the hotel at all. I left the hotel once for a shoot, that was it. But everything that you needed was at the hotel, but by midnight, I was honestly wrecked. So I had eaten so much backstage. I took so much food to have after our bikini round, because you essentially can eat after your bikini round before the evening wear round because you're covered in a dress, so nobody can see your body. So that's a really good thing about bikini. But I took cookies backstage. I had Oreos. I was craving Pringles for some reason. I know that's really weird, but I love chips. So I had some chips back there and just pigged out on a whole lot of junk foods while we were waiting for our evening round. So I didn't actually, by the time it got to the night and midnight, I didn't even have anything. I didn't even have a proper meal. So it wasn't until the next day when I went to breakfast did I have something yum. Do I pump up before I go on stage? I personally don't like to pump up too much because, as I mentioned, I am quite a muscular, lean, athletic looking bikini girl anyway. So I generally don't need to have my muscles really pumped up. I definitely wouldn't pump my upper body up. I do a few kickbacks. I take a booty band backstage just so I can do like some clams, lateral walks, just things like that, just to get a bit of like a glute pump happening. And other than that, no, maybe like a few kind of ab crunches while I'm sitting there, but nothing too extensive. Fitness skills, yes. Guys, obviously. Figure, yes. But generally, a lot of the bikini girls don't pump up a whole lot. What was your feedback from the judges? That was one that I've gotten insanely frequently over the last 2 weeks. I haven't received any feedback from the judges. I kind of wanted to just let it, give them some time, and I know it's always hectic for the organizers over the show, and so I definitely will reach out to them and just have a chat and see what areas they felt like I need to work on, or why my physique might not have been at the standard that it was last year, so that's why I came third. I would be interested to hear what they have to say, so it's definitely something that I can reach out to them about. I just haven't yet because I didn't want to bother them too early on after the show. Another question was, would I change anything in my prep knowing the result? Would I do anything differently if I went back in time knowing that I'd come third? The answer to this, in short, is no. I wouldn't change a thing about my physique. I wouldn't change a thing about anything to do with my prep, because as I mentioned, I had such an enjoyable prep. My calories, I think the lowest they got down to for one day was 1,400. They stayed around 1,500 for about 3 weeks, which was pretty low for me, but it was still enough food that I could have variety in my day. I wasn't absolutely starving. Training, you guys know I love to train, and in terms of my body, would I change anything about how I looked on the comp day? No, because I myself was so proud of what I looked like, and again, the improvements that I made between the shows. So would I change what I look like? No. What was your weight at the start of your prep to the end of your prep? So I think I started the prep around 63 kilos, and I think I would have competed. I didn't weigh myself actually. We didn't have any access to scales, but I think I would have competed at around 56 or 57 kilos. Maybe in the 56s. I was quite small by that final week. I felt like I really shrunk. So I think I competed at a lower body weight than I did last year, but I do think that I had significantly more muscle mass. Well, not significantly more, but I did have more muscle mass in the areas that I wanted to. I had dropped muscle in areas, but I had also gained muscle in specific areas. It was all about just refining my physique over that year. What will be your weight now in your off season? So I am probably about 2 kilos up, maybe 3 kilos up from my stage weight at the moment. Again, I do generally sit around 58 kilos, 58, 59 kilos all year round. So as you can see, like I gained a bit up to get to that 63, 64, and I also lose a little bit for show. So I sit comfortably around 58, 59. I will probably lose a bit of muscle in between. So for now, I am not really focused so much on muscle building at this point in time. My goal since I've been back is more so just getting fitter and really wanting to like enjoy my training, other styles of training. So that's why I've been doing like some HIIT classes and just branching out a little bit of just like traditional bodybuilding style training for now. It's also coming into summer in Australia, and I actually have a Bali trip coming up. So I do want to stay pretty lean for that. So that's why which I'm going to go into detail in the next video about my reverse diet, is just quite a very conservative approach so that I can stay quite lean. What are my top tips to mentally prepare for show day? I think that ultimately it comes down to just feeling proud and being confident in yourself. I know that show day is going to be very stressful, very scary for a lot of you, and it's something, even if it's your first time, you don't really know what to expect. So I think just by going with the flow, taking everything for what it is, and just really embracing the day, having fun with it all, making new friends, connecting with people backstage, taking a whole lot of photos. mentally just know that, yeah, it's a big day, and of course everyone out there wants to win. So I think just recognizing the fact that not everyone is going to win, and just going out there and making yourself so proud when you step on stage, and just be up there, embrace the moment, enjoy the moment, and just, yeah, as I said, be proud of everything that you have worked on for that prep and the changes that you had made, and yeah, go have fun with it all. Anyways, guys, as I said, this was just a super quick wrap-up video of all things show day. Sorry I did not take my camera with me. I actually broke my camera and I was using a crappy one at the time, but I hope you enjoyed my comp prep series. I have thoroughly enjoyed bringing you these weekly videos, and the next videos are going to be more around my reverse diet, and I'm going to keep very consistent on my YouTube. So if there's ever anything that you do want to see from me, make sure that you leave a comment in the box below, and I will bring to you guys exactly what you want from me. But again, thank you so much for tuning into my comp prep series. I very much am happy and just really enjoying life now post comp, and I've been getting asked a lot if I'm going to compete again, and who knows, but for now I'm just going to enjoy finding my balance back again in life. But until